Good evening and welcome to the Vergne Board of Zoning Appeals, April 28th, 2015, the regular meeting at 5:30. We do have a quorum here, so the first order of business would be to approve the minutes from March 31st, 2013 regulars meeting. Am I reading that right, 2013? Yeah. Need to make a correction in that. The 2015 regular meeting.
Chairman, with the motion of making the year correct, I make a motion to accept as submitted.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. First order of business on new business is the rear setback variance requested by Dwayne Holman, property located at 3005 Monmouth Drive, tax map 032, Group A, parcel 8.00. It is 0.47 acres. R1 low density residential zoning district, parcel owned by Dwayne and Tricia Holman. Ms. Costanzo, would you have staff report, please?
Certainly, Mr. Chairman. We have a request for a rear setback variance from Mr. Dwayne Holman. He does live at 3005 Monmouth Drive in Pinnacle Point. He is on a cul-de-sac at the very entrance, near the entrance of the subdivision. He's on a, as you can see, he's got a slightly odd-shaped lot, and he is wanting to build a small addition to the rear of his home for the purpose of creating a rehab exercise room due to an injury he sustained. He originally had planned on putting it on this corner, but was advised by his contractor that it would interfere with the roof. The roof line would interfere with the existing children's bedroom window, which would create a safety factor that he didn't want to have to deal with. So he basically has to put the addition on the northeast side, and that is going to place, again, the addition is 14 by 12, and it's going to place just the one corner of the addition right here into the rear setback line. The setback in R1, as you see on the screen, is 25 feet, and he's going to just clip the corner right there by about 3 feet. So he is asking for the variance due to the fact that his lot is very irregular. Standards for variances in section 8080C does allow for applicants to ask for relief if they have an extremely narrow, shallow, steep, or irregularly shaped lot, which I believe does apply to his lot. I don't believe that the granting of the variance will be injurious to the harmony of the surrounding neighborhood, and there has been a sign on his property for several weeks now. There's the cul-de-sac right here, there's his home. So the addition will be going right back there. I have received numerous phone calls. Most people thought it was due to a rezoning, but when I explained the request, not one person had any kind of objection. So you can see that's the right-hand side where he has more room, but again, because of the window issue, he just can't do it. And there is the rear, so you can see the deck. It's going to go right there. And Mr. Holman is here if you have any questions.
Mr. Holman, would you please approach the podium, please, and be sworn in? Raise your right hand, please. You swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Please state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Dwayne Holman, D-E, capital W-A-Y-N-E, H-O-L-M-A-N, and I live at 3005 Monmouth Drive.
Okay. Kristen, do you have your laser pointer?
Yes.
Okay, I understand why we couldn't do it on the original side that you wanted to do it. Those two windows right there, is that on the bottom floor?
Not the bottom, the top floor.
Okay, the top one.
Yeah, the top floor.
Okay, what
Yeah.
kind of roof were you wanting to put on it?
It will be the same type of roof that
The
you
hip
see
roof.
there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
As you can see, there's much more room on the right-hand side, and that roof line is going to go below that.
Right-hand top.
I
Top.
understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, on the side that you're proposing, the two windows there, what room is that on the inside of the original house?
That's our living room.
The family room, gathering
Yeah,
room?
family.
Okay.
Mhm.
How are we going to access the new room?
There will be a door built on the back. Yes, actually, there'll be two doors
Okay,
built on the back-hand side. One on the left side there, and then the other in the back.
Either in the back or on the side, one of those two. We hadn't
Okay.
made final determination there.
what type of roof are you planning on using that with the existing hip roof of the covered porch? How are you going to get that to drain? I don't want there to be any problems.
Well, currently our drain is underground, and so we'll just tie back into the system that's currently existing there. So it'll tie up with it has a pop-up
Okay.
drain, so it'll tie back into that.
I just don't want you coming back saying you approved this and
Yeah.
we got water issues.
Right, exactly.
I drove by your place today and commend you for taking good care of it, and we appreciate it, and the city appreciates it. Kyle, I do have a question for you. Looking at the back of his lot, there's some more development coming. And it looks like he's got a berm, and then there's a drainage swell that runs all the way down to the main road. Do you think there's going to be any type of problem there?
No, 'cause in his plat, or on his plot plan here, it doesn't even show a drainage easement, which
Right.
is in phase 1. So if they even did anything in phase 4, which that would be what's gonna be right behind him, would be phase 4, which would be behind him, and if anything is needed, it would be all in phase 4 at that point in time.
Okay. Does any board members have any questions for the applicant at this time?
Just a couple of questions. So that there'll be no access from the existing brick or the windows, you're not going to access from your living room now, you're going to access from outside the home on the two doorways, is that correct?
Say that one more time, I'm sorry.
The two doors you're putting in,
Right.
are they both moving from outside the home, the existing home?
Yes, that's correct.
So we have the one door right there.
So we will actually end up having two outside access
Okay.
doors, yes.
And the planned room, what type of material are you going to build the sidewalls out of, the walls?
They will be brick, just like the exterior is right now. We have in our neighborhood, just about every house is at least 80% brick. That's why we moved over there, and we're not going to interrupt that. We actually we like that because we like that neighborhood because of that. So we're going to continue that.
So the sides will be brick and the roof will be the same color?
Exactly. Everything will be matched up.
Any other questions?
Is it gonna be off the carport, off the patio there? Oh, those two windows? Double windows?
Yeah.
So basically
As you see the covered porch patio there, it's going to extend to the end of the house,
Okay.
basically. So it'll be one seamless. When you're looking from the outside, it's going to look like one seamless room, but in actuality, it'll be two rooms there.
I want clarification on something you brought up about the French doors you're going to put in. They're going to be
No, they're not going to be French doors.
Well,
They're
they're
just
double
gonna be-
doors.
There's just going to be one door, a single door.
Okay.
So there's going to be two
Single
entry-
doors.
Two
Yeah,
single doors.
Two single doors, that's
But
correct.
you access them from outside, not through the living room, right?
No. You'll access them through the door that's currently existing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The door- Yeah, so you'll
So
actually,
some of your covered porch is going to be part of the new room?
yes,
that'll be that entire thing will be,
bricked in and be
I
around.
think what I'm getting at is you got to go outside your house onto the covered porch and then go through another entry door to get into the new addition.
No. The door that's right there, that's in the house, that will still be a workable door.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to be part
But
of
you
it.
have to come out of it.
Are you gonna wall in your patio, is what you're saying?
Yes, I'm going to
Okay,
wall
that,
it, yeah.
That wasn't indicated, so
Okay.
Oh,
we
okay.
were assuming
Oh,
how
okay,
you were going to do
okay,
this.
yeah.
All the
Sorry.
information is important. I mean, that's why we come
I
up
see, I
and ask
understand.
you these questions. Okay, that makes sense now.
Okay, sorry about that.
So basically, we're adding 14 foot and
All the patio?
another 16 or 18 foot.
Be a 12 by 20, or
Okay.
30.
It's hard to see on this.
Okay, so I understand you're going to cover in the porch, but the door you're going to add to the outside, where's that going to be positioned? On the side of the house or the back of the house?
So there will be one door that's going to be on the left side. So if you walk out the house, on one side there'll be a door to the right, and that will be from where the covered patio is. Then there will either be a door on the opposite side or to the back, and we haven't finished those designs at this point, but that's what our thinking is there. So one door to the right, you walk out, go to the right, there's a door, we access that. Then you go to the other room, and then there's a door right there.
Patio in,
Yes.
plus the other?
Any other questions for the applicant? If no further questions, I'll take a motion to approve or disapprove.
Make a motion to accept the variance, the rear setback variance as submitted.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Holman. All right, item number 2 is a special exemption to allow a cellular tower in the C2 district requested by Kyla Kramer, Branch Communications, property located at 142 Stones River Road, 015M, Group C, parcel 1.00. It's 7.3 acres, C2 Highway Service Commercial Zoning District. Parcel is owned by Virginia Frizzell. Ms. Costanzo, staff report, please.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, Ms. Kramer is here on behalf of Branch Communications to ask for a special exception to construct a new cellular tower and enclosed compound on the property at 142 Stones River Road. In 2014, the city did pass a new ordinance governing cell towers, and basically in all the commercial and industrial districts, they are special exceptions. So they have to come before the Board of Zoning Appeals for that approval first. And that is why we're here tonight. We are looking at it's about a 7.3 acre parcel right here. It is zone C2. It is surrounded by almost entirely C2 property, and then to the south is the Stones River Industrial Park, which is I-1. The ordinance in addition to asking for the special exception, the ordinance provides 9 sections to look at when evaluating new cell towers and whether or not they are appropriate for the district that it is being proposed for. The tower height, the proximity to residential structures, surrounding land use, topography, foliage, tower design, access, availability of other towers, and then the fall zone. I do have that section of the ordinance highlighted in your packet as well. I can go through the different provisions. Again, it's proposed to be a 150-foot high monopole cell tower. You do have a full site plan in your packet because the Planning Commission looked at this earlier in the month, so I've got a full revised site plan for you if you care to look at it. Again, the design of the tower is slated to be a monopole, which is the preferred method of construction since it falls within itself, does not pose a threat to surroundings. Therefore, the fall zone isn't really as important. The zoning is correct. Essentially, there's the similar commercial or industrial zones around it. We require that the tower has to be at least 450 feet away from existing residential. The closest dwelling is 570 feet. Again, you can see how deep the parcel is. It actually backs up to the CSX railroad tracks here. There is a dwelling on the parent tracks right here, but of course that's the person who has signed the lease for this. The tower itself is going to sit back about 140 feet from Stones River and about 100 feet from the CSX line. As far as the topography it's mostly flat. Actually, the lowest part of the parcel is actually where the tower is proposed to sit. There's heavy landscaping around it, as you can see, which they're proposing to leave as much alone as possible to keep to keep it as shielded from view as possible. There's an existing gravel driveway that will remain, and the planning commission has asked that they provide a 12-foot wide paved access lane to the tower, which they have provided. They're also, as far as we call it co-location, they're required by the new ordinance to provide at least 3 points of co-location, which helps provide additional coverage in the future without building new towers. They have provided me with a letter indicating that they will accommodate that. I've got a copy of the site lease, the FCC registration form, the FAA no hazard to air navigation determination as well. Let's see. I do have somebody here to answer any questions, should you have any. But essentially, they have met all of the, they've provided all of the required paperwork and documentation that we request, and there's been a sign on the property for a good month, and I've not received one phone call about this.
Okay.
I can show you some photos as well of the surrounding area, which is, well, this is the, that is what is what exists currently. You can see all the white area, which goes away if the new tower is put in. They did provide me with the required label matrix of the surrounding properties. This is across the street. It's sort of it was a gray day. I apologize. That's next to, or that backs up to Bill Eller's property, Merchandise Liquidators, where they've got the old storage area. That's looking down the road. You can see the church right here, so it's proposed to be way, right in that direction. Of course, that's the industrial park that backs up on the other side of the CSX line. Again, we've got railroad tracks. It's pretty industrial, and then we've got the church, so.
Okay. Is it Miss or Mrs. Kramer?
This works.
Step to the podium, please. Be sworn in. Raise your right hand, please. You swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you. State your name and address for the record.
Kayla Kramer, 1516 South Boston Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Well, you traveled a little distance, didn't you?
I've been here for a while.
Anybody have questions for the applicant?
I think they've answered all the questions and everything we've asked for, so with that, I'll make a motion to accept the special section as submitted.
Okay, I have one question, and Kyle, maybe you can answer me. I've had to deal with,
Chairman, we're going to get a second for discussion.
do I have a second for
Second.
further? Thank you. I've had to deal with CSX before. We get any kind of letter stating that they're okay with this in this fall zone?
We've not received anything from CSX on this. That's something that, in my opinion, they would have to
Right,
obtain. We've not seen anything, though.
Have you contacted CSX?
We have not. Typically, we don't ever get railroad approval unless we ask to go on the railroad property itself, and we've never had a problem with railroads.
Okay. Any other questions? Should I make a motion to approve or disapprove?
I'll make a motion to accept in a second.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion carries. Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned.